Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, SNL is back with some big changes and a major cast shakeup. So, how was this reinvention season premiere? I'll tell you. Then, from sex symbol to Full House father, John Stamos has seen it all in entertainment. Now he's opening up about his fame and the loss of his dear friend Bob Saget. And it's what happens after the cameras stop rolling, or before. It's the best of The Jason Show before the show. The Jason Show starts now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
New week, new month, new day. Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Jason Show. I'm Jace. Thank you for being here. I like her.
I do too.
Thank you for being here. Hope you're having a good day. Keep that love going. Say hi to Kendall Mark, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, my lovely.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great.
How was your weekend?
Love the energy
I
from the
know.
Magnificent Seven. This is great.
I know.
Weekend, good. Very quiet. I was well rested. Unlike one of us who worked all week and then into Friday. Sorry about that. I was totally 6 glasses of wine in by then.
Atta girl. I'm already loving the 7. I'm glad that and it wasn't working. It was. I have so many. I told Jeff I have so many things to tell you. We're gonna have to divide it between today and tomorrow because I just have stories and things I want to tell you. The first is a little announcement. I've been meaning to tell you. Also, I got a little special mug today because let me get this. I love Anoka. I started hanging out there a lot when I met Colin. His family lives in that area. You guys know how I feel about Serum's chicken wings in downtown Anoka. Gary, you should give it to me anyway. And so I love the city. Well, they were nice enough. They're the Halloween capital of the world. Well, they asked me to be the Grand Marshal of their Halloween parade this year. So it's September. I think it's October 22nd. Let me get this right. Hold on a minute. I have my paperwork down here. Let me get this. Saturday, October 22nd is the parade in downtown Anoka. So Kendall's going to teach me how to do a parade wave. I'm going to be going like that. So I'm very honored. I love Anoka, and I appreciate that. More on that a little bit as we get closer to the parade. Okay, next. You guys have been following along. Remember last week, I was a little tie-tie because it was my radio station's big yearly charity event called Project Down and Dirty, which for 12 years we've been doing this. The bosses put us in unusual situations. One year, we formed a rock band in 4 days. One year, we ran a restaurant. One year, we joined the military, blah, blah, blah. This year, it was Film Fest, and we had to write, direct, act, everything, a film, a real movie with like a real crew in 4 days. And then it was shown at a little mini film festival on Friday night at the Showplace Icon Theater. I can't show you the movie right now because we're still showing it online for charity, but I can show you some pictures of I was 3 different characters in this movie. There I am.
It's my favorite.
You'll never see me like this again. I played a mullet-wearing dock worker named Licks or something, Tricks or something. I forgot. Yeah, something. My buddy Dawn McLean wrote the script, and I want to compliment her. She did an amazing job. And what it was before we show Alexis, Leo, don't show Lex yet. What this was a mockumentary about a group of actors shooting a horrible primetime soap.
Oh.
So called, instead of Knots Landing, it was called Knits Branding. And again, tip of the hat to my buddy Dawn. I played Brock. Instead of a millionaire oil man, I was a millionaire yarn empire owner.
Oh.
And Alexis played my wife. Look at Alexis right there. There she is.
Wow.
With the biggest wig you ever did see. And her name was Gardenia. And I was cheating on her with my lawyer, Twitty Horcretin. That was my attorney at law, played by Dawn.
Can you say that on TV?
Well, yeah, Twitty. Yeah, anyway. But Dawn did a great job writing it, and Adrian was our director. He has a documentary in the Twin Cities Film Fest, and it was a great time. And collectively this year, for all 4 charities, we raised over $110,000. So, yeah. Now, before we move on, I do want to say this. I am a perfectionist. Anybody on this crew knows that. Everyone's giving a little bit of a smile. If things aren't quite right technically or whatever, I can get I get quiet, and because I want to put out the best thing. I don't like to be embarrassed, and I want to say thanks to my husband for putting up with me last week, because I was just not in a great mood, and I was a pill, and I apologize and equal parts grateful. And to my friends that I might have seemed grumpy even that night, I just wanted to put out the best thing for the people paying. And when, so I was a little bit of a crab apple, and I feel bad, but I want to do my best. And when that wasn't happening and I put it on me, I was like, "Marr, marr, marr." So I'm grateful to my friends that put up with me last week. So there
Prickly
we go.
pear,
Prickly
whatever.
pear, yeah. I felt bad. So I love you all, and the end result was worth it. So there we go. Thanks, everybody. Let's get started. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Yeah. If I was Colin, I would have just left out the window one night. Anyway. SNL returned for the 48th season over the weekend. Miles Teller, from Top Gun, was the host, alongside several new cast members. A lot. Miles showed video of some of the sketches he and his sister used to create. They used to watch SNL with their family, and then they would do some of the sketches. I loved this. Take a look.
One of our favorites was the Spartan cheerleaders, with Will Ferrell, Sherry O'Terry. I, of course, played Sherry O'Terry because I was 8 and I had the frame for it. Now, I thought that video was lost. But my mom found it, and she's here tonight, and she brought it. Here it is.
The perfect cheer.
That's me in the tank top. My sister Erin is playing Will Ferrell. Oh, yeah. And if you look in the background, that's my other sister, Dana. Pretty sure she's playing Lorne Michaels. And then we finish our routine with the classic, Who's That Spartan in My TP?
Hey, who's that Spartan in my TP? It's me. It's me. Hey, who's that Spartan in my TP? It's me. It's me.
Miles did a great job. He's one of those actors I never really thought. I've heard rumors that he's a little, like I referenced, being persnickety. He can be a little persnickety. This made him very likable to me. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed him.
And bravo, Mom, getting that old video out. I mean, bravo, that was fantastic.
You and I were saying in different ways. You did that. I can relate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch the Johnny Carson Tonight Show, and then go out on a rock in front of my papa's house and do the monologue, Johnny's monologue on a rock for raccoons and things. But yeah. One of the sketches that caught our eye, a spoof. Remember that Nicole Kidman movie theater ad that everyone loved? It was so beautifully shot, and it was to get us all to come back to the movies. I loved it. Well, they spoofed it with Chloe Fineman, who does a dead-on Nicole. Look at this.
We come to this place for magic. We come to AMC theaters to laugh, to cry, to care. Because we need that, all of us, that indescribable feeling we get when the lights begin to dim. Oh, I can't describe it. And we go places we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn. Together. Dazzling images on a huge silver screen. Somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
It was good. Overall, I got to tell you, this is what they call like a reconstruction year. We've had this before when almost all the cast is leaves and a new one comes in. I thought it was a solid episode. I was shocked at how much I thought it was pretty good.
And whenever you've got the weekend update, people staying the same, I think that kind of helps with the continuity.
Absolutely.
Period.
And Cecily Strong, people were like, wait a minute, is she gone too? She is coming back. She's not gone. She's working in another project. She'll be gone. So there's another face that is, and then, we have Keenan, and Chloe's so good at imitations. Oh, she's so good. We have so much more ahead. Go get another cup of Sanka. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back. John Oliver loves poking fun at local news. We show it to you most Mondays. I love it. But last night, he spread the wealth to the home shopping channels. And that, my friends, is our late night rewind.
And now, shopping networks recognize Queen Elizabeth's death the only way they know how.
And I know this is such a hard time because the beautiful Queen Elizabeth just passed, but she actually wore Clark and her sister on a trip to Africa, and this is like elegant and timeless, just like her.
What's so wonderful over the last few weeks, because of the passing of the Queen, how we have kind of returned to the look of diamonds.
Look how rich that purple is. Isn't that rich?
I mean, we're thinking about the Queen right now in England, and I think what's so gorgeous when you look at this royal purple, there is an elegance to this.
Did you see that thing about Queen Elizabeth too? She had someone who wore her shoes before she wore them because they broke them in, right? And she never had an uncomfortable shoe in her entire life. Well, guess what? You do not need someone to break these shoes in.
And again, it's got the lily of the valley, which is our Queen's favourite flower, our late Queen.
That's so tacky. It's so bad.
The audience and I are not liking that at all.
No.
That is so tacky.
It's so tacky.
You don't need to. We barely acknowledged it on this goofy show. I mean, you know what I mean?
The royal purple color, it's just like the Queen.
And the one, when they tried to squeeze in a reference, it was about purple skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Like something the Queen never said probably or never wore. That's like trying to just wedge it in there. You don't need to, you're the QVC. People aren't coming to you for royal commentary. They want their Joan Rivers bracelets, Oh my God, the audience and I were just like, no. Except for her, that's right, yeah. It's time for a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Audience, keep the love going for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Hey, good morning, guys. Morning, Jason. How are you?
Good, buddy. Drama in Argentina with Cara Delevingne. I gotta tell you, Brad, I've never said that sentence on my show either.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a new one.
Cara Delevingne and Margot Robbie. What's the story?
Yeah, I mean, it's bizarre, Jason. So Cara and Margot, they've been friends for a long time. They travel together all the time. They were at a spot in Argentina late night over the weekend, and as they left, supposedly there was an aggressive photographer who got in their space, so aggressive, he actually kind of freaked out the driver that was to take them home. The driver started to pull away. Cara was in the vehicle. Margot was only halfway in. She ended up falling out of the vehicle as it was taking off. And then this photographer continued to take photos. There were a couple guys near who saw this happening who were allegedly friends with Cara and Margot. And the photographer says that those two gentlemen beat him up so much to the point that he suffered a broken arm, some lacerations, and there's some pretty nasty photos of him as well that show these injuries. And according to a report in Argentina, these two men have now been arrested for this thing.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Waiting on the video. I know it's a crazy story.
Oh. I'll go back to the Queen on QVC for heaven's sake. Okay, the Will Smith rehabilitation tour may be underway thanks to a movie that he shot with Apple. What's this about?
Right, so this was actually a very, very highly anticipated project that had been started before the incident at the Oscars. So this is the first time. It was over the weekend at an event in DC where there were members of the NAACP and other social justice organizations. Will was there, he premiered the movie for them, and it's gotten a lot of good reviews, so much so people are even speculating that there's Oscar potential. I mean, he can still be nominated. Of course, you know he's been banned from the ceremony, but like you said, this is kind of the rehab. We're seeing it starting.
Yeah. Let's stick with the movie theme. The rom-com Bros opened over the weekend to not great box office numbers, pretty anemic. Billy Eichner, who wrote and starred in it, he's not shying away from his feelings about why that happened. What's he saying?
Well, that's exactly right, Jason. I mean, it was underwhelming. I think it was just under $5 million is what it made at the box office. It was in 4th place. Billy Eichner, he went on Twitter last night and said, look, I kind of snuck into a movie theater in Los Angeles. It was packed. Everyone had a great time. They were laughing, enjoying it. But he says that hasn't been the case in theaters across the country. He said one franchise of theaters actually banned the film. And he said, look, I feel that there's just not a lot of straight support behind this. From the straight community. He says if there would have been more straight people who went and saw this film, I think it would have helped us. And he doesn't directly say it, but it's kind of, if you read his entire series of tweets, he's almost saying, look, if you don't go see it, you're homophobic. You know, it's a weird way to put it. Maybe just some people didn't want to see the movie, had other plans, but I don't know, he's taking some heat for it.
Yeah, if that's what Billy's saying, I'm not down with that. I want people to go see it because, I mean,
Exactly.
I want my stories reflected. But, yeah, I didn't see it yet, and I better check with headquarters to make sure I'm still welcome. Anyway, Brad, thank you, buddy. Have a good week.
Of course. Thanks, Jason.
No, I didn't go see it yet.
You should put in a call.
I got to call headquarters. I'll do it after the show. But I was in North Branch. I went to North Branch over the weekend. I told my mom I just wanted to be like alone. You know, I was with around a lot of people over the weekend. Anyway, my favorite comedian Louis Black has a skit about the end of the universe being in Houston, Texas, because now listen to this. The end of the universe, you can find it in Houston, Texas, because Louis said he stood on the corner of a parking lot of a Starbucks and looked across the street. And there was another Starbucks across the street. Well, this is going to shock the audience. I found the second point of the end of the universe.
In North Branch?
And it's in North Branch, Minnesota. I stood in the parking lot of a Holiday gas station, and I looked across the street, and there was another Holiday gas station. Not another brand of gas station. They were diagonal. I stood in the Holiday and I looked across the street and there was another Holiday. So Louis, if you're watching, come here because North Branch is where
You don't even have to cross the turn lane.
You don't even have to cross. Next on the dish, John Stamos was featured on CBS Sunday Morning and he talked about a lot of things. It was such a good profile. He talked about taking on the role of Uncle Jesse in Full House. And of course, this was a great part of it. He talked about his relationship with his dear friend Bob Saget. Look at this.
I'm not going to lie. It was very difficult. A lot of it was.
Why?
Because it just wasn't where I saw myself. I mean, the reviews were like, "This show won't last till Thanksgiving."
Gently now, gently. There we go. This is great. We should be mothers. Oh yeah.
And now I'm so proud of it. Now I'm really happy that I did that show. I'm glad I did it, obviously.
Whatever his feelings about Full House, it made John Stamos a next-level star and gave him a best friend in co-star Bob Saget.
I don't know what else to say about it other than, obviously, you know, I met one of the biggest influences in my life was Bob. I wouldn't be who I am without Bob. My parents, that's obvious, but him, you know, he was there for everything, all the good, all the bad. He was my brother. You know, he's the brother that I always wanted.
And it's such a good profile. They do such a good job on. I love Sunday mornings so much. They do such a good job. John's also making the rounds, everyone, because he's starring in the Disney Plus show, The Big Shot. And Jeff just said this in the commercial or during that thing. Can you believe he is almost 60? I mean, you know, and when you think, I mean, he gives me hope for being that age.
God bless John Stamos.
Yeah, and number two, you just don't think of him ever growing up. It's like Paul Rudd.
Right.
You know, you don't ever think of him as being John Stamos is 60. You know, wow. It's just, I love it. I always say that about women. I love that the women that redefine ages. That's a dude that's redefined, like Rob Lowe.
Right.
I remember when he came out when he was 50 and he had that surfing. He was shirtless on that with the Vanity Fair.
We all remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that's in my office back there. That's back there. My office.
That's how he remembers it.
My office. I don't even have a desk here. That's not an office, no. Next in the dish, drama on the set of The Real Housewives of New York. Now, you may remember Bravo decided, loving these people today. You may remember Bravo decided to do a spin-off show called RHONY Legacy, Real Housewives of New York Legacy, with original OG housewives from New York. And then they were going to reboot the main show with an entirely new cast. Well, the online rumor mill is churning, and all heck has broken loose. And Bravo is now holding what they call crisis meetings. This is so ridiculous. Anyway, so test filming with this all-new cast allegedly is not going well. And they've already had 3 cast members drop out. So it's leading some in the Bravo universe to speculate that they may scrap doing a reboot and just go with the OGs. Which I gotta tell you, as a lifelong Bravo fan, and RHONY has my heart, my soul, my hair. I love RHONY. Like RHONY,
all of it.
That's what I want as a fan. I don't want new people. I don't like change. I don't like change.
You don't like change?
I want my RHONY like I want my RHONY. You know, I don't want new people.
Do we know the new cast? I mean, the old cast that's actually coming back. Has that been confirmed yet?
No, it hasn't been confirmed. Jeff made a good point. It's probably going to be announced at BravoCon. When is it? Next week. Here's what the rumor is.
Do you dress up for BravoCon? Like
I would dress up like Countess Luann. But anyway,
How fun.
Chic, c'est la vie. Anyway, it's supposed to be Luann, Tinsley, Jill Zarin, Sonia, Kelly Ben Simone, Satchels of Gold, Al Sharpton, and Dorinda. That's who the cast is. Yeah. I made it nice. I love Dorinda. Anyway, next in the dish, it's been a while since we've talked about Christina, formerly of Flip and Flop fame. Usually the drama with her is ex-husband number 1. But today, it's drama with ex-husband number 2. Yeah. The gentleman named Ant and Christina have an ongoing custody battle over their son, Bug. He says that she's
No, his name's like Hunter or something.
Oh, okay. He says she's exploiting their son by putting him on TV. She says she just wants him to get to participate in the fun family activities, and says ex number 2 is using manipulation to turn the public against her, but says she won't put the son on TV or Instagram anymore. She has 2 other children with ex number 1. She married husband number 3 back in April. And if you understood that story, you're smarter than I am. That's right, and you probably are, yeah.
Bravo.
Bravo, Ted, for writing that.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Venn diagram.
Did you follow that?
Yeah, I made myself a Venn diagram earlier so that in case we needed it, I could present it to all of you, but.
Now your dress looks white and blue.
Oh my gosh, are we doing this right now?
No, I'm just saying, in the meeting, I thought Kendall's dress looked pink and blue. Now it's very white.
He, to be clear, said, did you wash that with something like red or pink? I'm like, I don't screw up my wash.
Oh, don't fall on the fainting couch. It's a legitimate question.
It's white and blue.
We'll see. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment.
The dish may be done, but the fun is just getting started. Coming up next, from critiques to celebrations. What are you saying this week? We're going to find out. We're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. Then there are the moments that you do not see on the show. Unedited, unscripted, always funny. Well, maybe. The best of the Jason Show before the show when we come back.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah,
yeah. Okay. So during the commercial break, Jeff played a little Countess Luann, you know, from her song Chic C'est La Vie. And Jeff goes, oh, by the way, you know, and he was talking about our guest today, Caitlin Smith. But Jeff didn't tell me that. Jeff goes, well, you know that she wrote music for Dolly Parton. And I went, Countess Luann wrote music for Dolly Parton?
It's like, no.
No, our guest, you moron. You're our guest, Caitlin. But now we want Dolly to sing Feeling Giovanni. You know what I mean? I want to hear Dolly singing Money Can't Buy You Class. It's Monday, and every Monday we see what you have to say about us, the show, our sweaters, her pink and blue dress. It's time to open up the Jason Show mailbag. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. You got me. First up, a very sweet message from Karen. Hi, Karen. She says, Jason, I started watching you in 2019. Both of my sons passed away 9 months apart in 2018. Watching you has helped me in so many ways. I always crochet while I watch you guys. Your tagline at the end of the show is what made me start watching you in the first place. Everyone should be allowed to be themselves without being criticized or beat down by others. Thank you, Karen.
No word.
I don't know. I feel bad, and I just want to give you a hug, and I know it seems so many people go, my thoughts are with you, but I love you, Karen, and I'm very sorry to hear about the loss of your sons, and I'm just glad that we can try to make you feel better. Next up is Matt. Hi, Matt. He says, most mornings I'm at work during your show, but I have to say, out of all the crazy from 10 to 11, yours is the best crap. Seriously, big fan.
Never been so happy to be called crap before.
I mean, you know. Dear Jason, out of all the crap on at 10 a.m., yours is the least smelly crap. Hey. There we go, yeah. Thank you, buddy. I love you. Jill sent us an email. She watches the show every morning with her 16-month-old son named Leopold. What a great name. And he gets amped when he hears our theme song come on. Look at this.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Oh, Leopold! How cute is that kid?
They're so cute.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he watched on Red Sweater Day. Hi, Leopold.
Look at him. Look, he's still
Hi,
clapping.
buddy. Oh! Okay, Leo, come back to a close-up here. Hi, Leopold. Hi, buddy. Hi, Leopold. Debbie has a message about the critter behind Kendall in her close-up shot. So just wanted to let you know, this is what they write, just wanted to let you know that your beaver has moved again. This is the first thing I look for when I turn on your show. I have to say I love it. Keep up the good work. Okay, now again, it's not a beaver, it's a marmot, but you can call it whatever you want. I'm just glad that you love it as much as we love it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Kendall loves it.
It's new resting
because it takes
place.
attention away from her. GJ has something to say about my latest best thing ever from last week, the Whoosh cleaning spray for screens. They say I bought some Whoosh this past week. I usually don't buy stuff endorsed by the average TV monkey, but I don't consider you an average monkey. So I got on Amazon and ordered Whoosh. I've got to say, it works way better than I anticipated.
Crap. Monkey.
I mean,
I
don't care what they call me. Just watch the damn show. I don't care. My mom ordered it too and liked it. Next, a message from Laurel in Tacoma, Washington about Yam House, the group that wrote and performs our theme song. She says, we love Yam House so much. Thanks for introducing us to their music. My husband loves them to the point of hearing any good song and he goes, is that Jason's band? Yeah, no. I know. The Am House, you got they're changing their sound as they're going through a thing, and I sent Lars a text message, chirp, 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 chirp. So I don't know if he's embarrassed now that he did our theme song, but they're changing their groove, and I'm happy for them. So,
I don't think they'd ever be embarrassed about our song.
I don't know, girl, when someone doesn't return your text message for like 2 weeks, you can hear crickets having sex. It was so quiet. Finally, some comments on one of our guests from last week, comedian Paul Mercurio. I love Paul. Shannon says, I never heard of Paul before. I laughed so hard I cried. Being Italian like him, I can so relate. Gonna have to look him up and watch more of his stuff. And Karen says, just saw Paul tonight at the House of Comedy. What a great show. We purchased the dinner and show package. It was a deal. He was hilarious and had us rolling. Thanks everybody for your comments this week. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back after this. Paul's show was so good, I heard. Welcome back. Look, watch. So, every morning at 9, the Jason Show staff gathers in our little conference room to go through the day's show. You know, go through technical stuff, etc. But it almost always goes off the rails. I mean, every day, Jeff says, and I quote, we're never going to get through talking about the show. It leads to random discussions. We make fun of each other. We talk about parking, relationships, TV shows. We make fun of each other, just like any, you'll see. We call it the Jason Show before the show, and it's time to reveal the best of. Vegas in 2 weeks, baby! I have like 11, no kidding. I have 11 companion tickets. You have a family. If you two want to come to Vegas with us,
a family. Ted lives alone. You don't think Leo would leave his wife and kids to go to Vegas?
I would be.
He leaves them every weekend to go.
If any of you wanted to come to Vegas for the weekend with us, I would give you my companion certificates. You'd have a free flight. Oh, girl, I'm gonna cry on that plane. I'll be weeping.
Because you're sitting in coach.
I'm kidding. Nope, that's where I put you. When we were getting your ticket, Colin goes, how coach do we want Jeff to be?
Oh, they really coached me. No.
Colin goes, he goes, how much of a coach? I go, in the back. I put him in the back. I don't want him to.
I am now in like 7 now.
Well, did you upgrade?
To Delta Comfort.
Oh God, you're close to
I'm
us.
gonna be like spying on you
Oh
too.
God. I'm gonna ask the flight attendant to close the curtain.
I'll be like Kristen Wiig and Brian's.
We're ready to party.
To party with the best of them. And I'm gonna go down to the river.
I will alert them that the poor person in 9A is staring at me.
Jeff, why didn't you go all the way? Why didn't you go all the way?
I didn't have that many points. The whole flight, I'm gonna be like, is that Jason Matheson from the Jason Show?
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
My gym teacher, like in 7th, 8th grade, he goes, I'm gonna call in sick tomorrow, and he grabbed the salted peanut bar and just chowed it right in front of me. And I go, you're nuts, dude.
Literally,
Because I knew that he was allergic to peanuts, and he ate it on purpose because he wanted to call in sick the next day, and sure enough, he
of course he's a gym teacher.
Joey, did you ever hang around the gymnasium?
I used to have like a gym teacher that just do like naked push-ups, like in the locker room.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Have you ever seen two grown men naked? Yeah, let's just get right into it. We're talking about gym teachers. And Eric, what did you reveal about your gym teacher?
He used to be naked and do push-ups.
Like middle school? Wait, so not even underwear?
No underwear?
No.
Ted, naked means no underwear.
I mean,
Sherry says, oh my gosh, my high school gym teacher made us get a towel naked to show that we showered.
Ew!
Oh.
Ew! I mean, they do that here at Fox, but I mean, that's, I've told the story. Mr. Lemon made me and my friend Jim Orrell take our shirts off and put us in the middle of the gym, and we were the Dodge for dodgeball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What? Are you laughing at my childhood trauma? Wait. He put us in the middle, and Jim and I took off our shirts, and then we had to run around. We had to run around like little chickens.
Do they still do shirts? Do they still do shirts and skins?
I don't think you can.
Oh, I hated that.
Oh. Did you ever do that? Shirts and skins?
I was always like, please shirt, please shirt.
Yeah. Well, we were fat little kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can say that to Jeff. We bond over the fact that we were puffy little kids. We were also talking about we have the same buffet routine at Chinese buffet. Yeah. We do. First course, wontons and egg rolls. And then you do your rice course. And then you do like your Peking chicken or your orange chicken or your Kung Pao chicken. You don't waste your time on the lettuce, the salad. What? Fruit? No. Who the F wants fruit at a Chinese buffet? Oh God, I love a Chinese buffet.
So you go to the buffet and do shirts and skins.
Shirts and skins buffet. That would be hysterical. We just, the five of us, we just sit down at the table and half of us take off our shirts.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Wouldn't be the first time. Kendall joins me now. Really quick, I've been promising the crew, poor Eric, photographer Eric, 7 years ago, I said, we should have a Christmas gathering at an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. And we've never done it. Every Christmas, Eric goes, like little Oliver, like little tiny Timmy goes, can we go to the Chinese buffet? No. You can watch our Before the Show live on Facebook, our Facebook page, every morning around 9:10. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Each weekday, I should say. Not weekend. Yeah.
Almost Christmas.
What?
Almost Christmas.
Welcome back. Oh, I'm so excited to talk to her. She's a Minnesota native, hitting it big in the world, as they say, in the world of country music. Now fans of the new show Monarch, right here on the old FOX, are hearing Caitlin Smith every week. You know I love a good theme song. Look at this. That's Caitlin singing The Card You Gamble. That's the main theme from the show. Give it up for Caitlin Smith, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so how it is, I love a good theme song. I love good opening credit. I'm old school. I hate this era of like the 2-second theme song. Yeah. Anyway, how does something like that get to you, like a project like that?
Yeah, well, I'm signed to a record label called Monument Records. Okay. And the co-president of the label, Jason Owens, he also has like his hand in TV and film, and so he's also a producer on the show, and so there was a connection there with the label, which is great.
Got it. You are originally, and we love, we love a good Minnesota connection, and you are from Cannon Fall. We love a good. I always joke, if people drove through Minnesota, we'll claim them. But how long did you spend in Cannon Falls? Was it your childhood? Or
my whole childhood until I graduated high school. Yeah.
Oh, then we can claim you.
Yeah, and then I lived in the Twin Cities for a few years, and then moved to Nashville.
Did you always, because like I always say, I loved to find origins of people's dreams, because I always wanted to do this. I just told the story of doing the Tonight Show on a rock. Did you always want to be a singer?
Always. I started singing in church super young, and then started singing along little county fairs and things like that around Minnesota, and I fell in love with doing it. When I was in middle school, I put together like a little band with like my friends, and my brother
What was your
drummer.
band called?
It was called U-Turn.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
And I'd like cold call like coffee shops and venues like, book my band.
Did you?
Yes, and like started writing original songs, and like, so as a kid, as a middle schooler, like I just was so in love with it.
Did you, okay, let me ask you, because I always, when I was young, I couldn't wrap my brain around my friends that didn't know what they wanted to do. I was like, how do you not? Now I realize I was very lucky. Did you feel that way? Like you maybe didn't know how you were going to do it, but you always knew what you were going to do?
I always knew. There was like no plan B for me. Like this is the only option.
Yeah. And then you went to Nashville, and then what was, Take me to that first time out, because we'll never experience this, when you hear your song, a song on the radio. What was that like for someone that's dreamed about it in Cannon Falls? What was that like hearing and even maybe now seeing your name on the digital display?
Man, it's a little bit of an out-of-body experience. Like this thing that you've dreamed of and thought of for so many years, like to actually like have that moment, you're like, wait, is this a dream? Is this reality? Like it's just
like that's me.
That's me. And like, you know, I started off just writing songs for other people, so I've heard my songs on the radio, which was special and cool, and I knew, oh, this is paying the bills, this is good. But then when it's my own song and seeing my own name, like that's a whole nother, like, whoa.
Paying the bills, because I just got to ask a real honest question, because you know I always hear that Dolly, who you wrote for, and I have a question about that, but you always hear that music writing is where it's at. Is that true? Like if you if you write the songs, that's where it's at.
You write the songs and they're on the radio, that's where it's at.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay, that's
the thing.
Got it.
You can write the songs and it go on like the last track of the record, no one cares.
Okay, you wrote songs for Kenny Rogers and Dolly, Garth Brooks, Miley Cyrus. So you mentioned, we figured you have an agent. Let me zero in on Dolly. Take me to that day when you get the call that Dolly, you're working with Dolly.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, still can't believe
everybody else on that list is great,
like,
but
But also, that's like for me too. That's like the one. It was April Fool's Day when I found out, which was pretty hilarious. I was like, if this is a joke, I'm moving back home. This is not. But I had written a song with one of my mentors, Don Schlitz, down in Nashville, for Kenny Rogers. Kenny had given him this song title, You Can't Make Old Friends. And so we emailed it. It's a great title. That's a great title. So we wrote it, we emailed it to Kenny Rogers, and we didn't hear back for like months and months, and we're like, oh, I guess he didn't like it, oh well. And then, you know, just music industry takes a long time. So probably a year later, I'm sitting down having breakfast with my publisher who does all my song stuff. And he's like, did you hear about the Kenny song? And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he recorded it, but to celebrate 30 years since Island in the Stream being released, he called up his old duet buddy, called up Dolly Parton to sing, and I was like,
and that is your song?
And that is my song.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Hey, can we keep it for the shortest? We're gonna be back. We'll be back with Caitlin. Stay right there. Back in a moment. I have one more question. We have a short segment next, but yeah. Okay, this is usually the world's shortest segment, but we got rid of it because I wanted to spend one more minute with Caitlin, quite literally. Okay, you're on the show tomorrow, right? You're acting. You're on Monarch tomorrow.
My acting debut. So exciting. Yes.
Okay, now I just want to end with a compliment. Rolling Stone named you one of 10 artists that you should know. Bravo on that one.
Thank you.
And then you're touring the UK in a few weeks, right? How you feeling about the tour?
I am so excited. My London show is like sold out, which is like blowing my mind. So
my God.
I'm pretty pumped. First time headlining over there, and it's just gonna be a blast. I'm gonna have tea every day.
Well, will you please come back?
Absolutely.
The whole crew, we all love you.
Yes.
Chris came over here, Kendall, anytime you're back here, please come here.
Done.
Caitlin Smith, everybody. Be sure to follow Caitlin on Instagram, Caitlin Smith, or her website, CaitlinSmith.com. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh my God, what a joy. Welcome back. So, we were talking during the break. I am now a giant fan of hers. She was delightful.
So great. And she's so good in concert. I've seen her in concert a few years ago even, and it was like, wow, she's just so entertaining and fantastic and like just someone you connect with right away. Just a good human. I
could just spend the whole hour with her. She was...
Her music's amazing.
Legit. I mean, what you saw on TV, that's who, you know, we'll always tell you. Go support her and watch her tomorrow on Monarch.
Yes.
Yeah. She was so cool. So cool. I want to be her friend. I didn't want to creep her out though.
I think I creeped her out enough for both of us.
You kind of did creep her out. But anyway, Leslie Miller, Leslie Miller is back and she's answering your wine questions. Plus, Kendall goes to Valley Scare. That's coming up tomorrow. That's right.
Spooky.
Barely. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Come on, Kendall, let's go play go-karts or whatever we're doing now.